I like boobies. You like boobies. Vicky likes boobies.
You're tacky and I hate you.
Now, are there any damn questions?
Have you any idea what the street value of this mountain is?
This is a nice fish, you know? Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish.
Now make yourself one, dickweed.
Sorry doesn't put the Triscuit crackers in my stomach, now does it, Carl?
But did you die? Maybe it's a 10-year plan.
Gospel, dude.
Hey, what the film?
I knew you were full shit. That's why you said you didn't like Dances with Wolves. Shit, you're a phony, bro.
I never said I did like Dances with Wolves. I just didn't think it belonged on our list.
All over your face, bro.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and poors and losers alike. We adjusted our programming schedule for you people for some reason, even though you don't pay a fucking dime for any of this, to minimize wrestling with ourselves. It's down to once a month, probably just around pay-per-views. Because, you know, you guys really don't care that much about wrestling. Not all of you don't. Like, there's some of you that tune in. Anyway, ratings. So we decided, hey, let's give them more episodes of what they like The Weekend and such. Because I guess we were feeling nice.
Desperate?
Always nice.
Well, I'm not.
Until it's time to not be nice?
Yeah.
Ooh, yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, Wade Garrett.
So, without any further ado, I give to you The Weekend. I am your host, Justin, as always joined by...
Mike. Kyle.
Dalton.
I hate you.
Joe.
And tonight, we're fixing a movie. We're going to make something that we feel is subpar, or even like ratings-wise is, and we're going to make it better, because that's what we do. Go ahead and check out some of the older Fix-It movies we've done, like the old Batmans from 89 out. We made that so much better. And then, what else did we make better? There's tons of films. We've done this before. I can't remember. Anyways, we're going to be fixing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The cinematic pile of fudge that was 2005's remake of the Roald Dahl classic of the same name? Yes.
Yeah.
And the movie was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, a beloved classic. So, here's my pitch. We don't try to make a family-friendly version of this movie. If we hold Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in such high regard, like our group chat was saying last night, Michael, then I think we come at this in a completely different way.
Slow down here. That's not the main reason I thought this is a poor idea. The main reason I thought this is a poor idea is we are doing a fix on a remake, which, much like the conversation we had before, is a hat on a hat.
Sure.
This road has been well tread, and I do not see a point of purchase. That's why I'm waiting for said pitch for me to see any validity in it.
So I have an idea where we take some of the backstory that they have in this movie where, like, his dad was a dentist and he had the headgear and he wasn't allowed to have candy and shit. And then, like, you know, he goes off on his journey. And he's like, not only do I want to become a chocolatier, but, like, I want to be the best chocolatier. I want people to crave my sweets. So he goes in search through vast jungles to find the best form of cacao to make cocos.
just cocaine.
And he stumbles upon the Oompa Loompas. And what he thinks is a small indigenous people ends up being demons.
I mean, so are you saying that in discovering these demons is the reason why they require childlike sacrifices?
Yes, Kyle.
Love it. I'm in on this.
So every, like, decade, they hold this contest. And, like, you know, it's not necessarily to take over the factory. It's just, like, come and win, you know,
a new car!
Fun games, and you can win a lifetime supply of my chocolate. And it's like, all good. But, like, it's never questioned what happens.
Yeah, that's my problem. Every 10 years, 5 kids disappear.
Maybe 25.
Even Disney couldn't pull off those numbers.
What if the fact that people want to stop entering the contest is the reason why he has to up the ante on what they could win?
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
The only way it works for me is if this city where Wonka's factory is basically his dystopian enclave where everyone there is just under his whim and they do whatever he says anyway because he holds their economy in his hand.
Absolutely. But like maybe the thing is too, he doesn't want to do this. Maybe it's them. Like
he's a prisoner?
He is a prisoner.
That's a third act reveal though.
Yeah, they use him as a face to this whole thing so that they can get the children's.
Slugworth?
Yeah, he wasn't in this movie anyway.
They didn't do a Slugworth movie?
Yeah, he was mentioned in the movie.
Yeah, but there's no need for him. So that's the bones I've got so far.
Unless he's an actual slug that shows up at some time.
Maybe.
He's the Oompa Loompa god.
Nice.
I was gonna say, what if there's a bigger creature that they're sacrificing kids to?
The Slugworth.
Wait, what about like a crime syndicate? It's called Slugworth.
It gets to like Futurama-y with the giant
Slurm.
Yeah. Slurmsworth. It doesn't work out. So no Slugworth. We don't need him. Grandpa
what about
Joe.
The candy store guy is the one who's really in charge. He's all nice to the kids and stuff like that, but he turns out to be...
Are you diverting? No, the Oompas are evil.
The Oompas are evil. They're the ones running the show.
Orange Gremlins.
They use Wonka as the face of their factory. The candy maker's on the take.
Okay,
Maybe
so...
they've got dirt on them.
Okay, but... So if they're demons, then the Wonkavator has to be a portal to hell.
Sure.
Right?
Okay, if we're going to try and make this thing go in the same pace and hit a lot of the same points, yeah. The Wonkavator doesn't go sideways and downways, and it only goes down.
Is there a head Oompa Loompa? Is he Slugworth?
No, they're like a hive mind.
There you go, Joe. They're like the Borg.
Okay. Doompity-doo.
Is there going to be a similar tie-in since they're demons with the 7 deadly sins?
I mean, we can go that route if we want.
Yeah.
Okay, are we flipping everything on its head like the kids themselves aren't bad? Or do we keep them being assholes?
I think maybe...
Well, that's kind of what I was asking. Is because are they still representative each of one of the seven deadly sins? Because if they are, then they can still be bad. They might not have to be like horrible overall, but they might just exhibit one bad quality each.
That definitely sticks with the classic form of it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, instead of a
right.
instead of a dystopian society, what if it's a utopian society?
False utopia, I'd have to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But the reason that it stays the way it is because everybody, for the most part, in the town is like, we know what happens. And, like, maybe it was just in the town, but the townspeople were like, we can't keep sacrificing our own kids. So Wonka opens it up to a global contest.
It's a lot better. And then the fact that one of the local kids gets picked anyway.
Yeah.
One of the local kids, like the town is specifically trying to keep the kids from eating any of the Wonka bars.
Yeah.
But little Charlie Bucket eats one, and like when any of the kids in town eat one, they get it should never have happened that a kid from that town got any of the chocolate. Okay, this is cruel. I can see where you're going with it.
Right. See, we're making a better version, but not trying to make the version we already know.
Well, what if the parents exhibit the 7 deadly sin tropes and the kids kind of still have like a sense of innocence? Because demons want innocence.
They just want souls.
Yeah, but they like innocence.
I see what Vinny's saying there. Like, you shift the blame onto parents, which was always kind of the point of the Wonka story. Like, these kids didn't start off bad. It's their parents that enabled them to be little turds. So, like, each of the situations they're in, the kid can go one way or the other.
What if that's what they need? They need both. They need the sin that the parent represents, but they also need the purity from that parent. So that's the form. That's the child.
Are we all agreeing that Grandpa Joe is sloth?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say drunk, but we can go sloth.
One leads to the other. I'm kind of annoyed he won't go first, but are we saying that he and Charlie go down, or does he go down and Charlie gets cursed with the Oompa Loompa?
Come out!
I think Wonka takes his place with Grandpa Joe, and then and like as his own like sweet release. So it looks kind of like he's doing the right thing. And, like, as Charlie's going to leave, the Oompas are like, no.
The Dutchman needs a captain,
yeah,
if I may cross over into another debt property.
Yeah, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
And he's cursed to be the new Willy Wonka.
Do they still rhyme?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I'm thinking we recast everyone, except for the kids. Because they were pretty much unknown children, and I like Freddie Highmore. He played a good Charlie.
Okay, are we trying to keep it 05?
We can keep it 05. I think we had too much depth going on then.
We have too much depth going on now, and he hasn't been in a movie in like 2 years.
Yeah. He's the Chris Pratt of 05. So he's not our Willy Wonka.
Okay. Just to throw a silly name out there that's not too silly. John C. Reilly.
As Wonka?
As Wonka.
I could see it. He did do... Like, he could play...
He can play anything.
He's got decent...
Yeah, he definitely has an array of...
Yeah, he's got decent range.
Yeah.
Not my first pick.
Yeah, I want him as a starter. He's an aperitif. I know we can do better than that. But, like, maybe he's one of the parents.
Oh, yeah, he would definitely be one of the... Yeah.
Okay.
He'd be a sick Grandpa Joe. Just like, hey, it's Charlie. Get some chocolate.
Who's going on? I still haven't got my John C. Reilly down. I'm not going to start it. It's not easy to do.
Yeah.
I could do Harry Carey better than...
What about...
2005?
Who?
No.
Heath Ledger? I think that was post...
No.
Ledger Death, wasn't it?
Because Dark Knight came out in 08.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
He's got a wilder vibe. I feel like he could do anything. So handsome.
You wanted him to be able to portray, like, happy, like, that front, but also, like, when you get to see the torture of his soul, he's got, Ledger is fucking perfect.
Yeah, he can be maniacal in the moments where, like,
Bravo.
the first 2 acts, that's a great pull. The first 2 acts where he seems like he's the bad guy, then we need some kind of twisted maniacal bastard. And then he slowly starts to reveal his soul side.
He's got great vibes for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson for Grandpa Joe. Because before he retired...
Yeah. No.
No, it's too wily.
I don't hate it.
If if we're going with the history and we're referencing Wonka's dad, Nicholson as Wonka's dad.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I could do that.
Got a lot of connotations there.
All right, Grandpa Joe.
Hackman?
I mean, I love Hackman. It's gotta be an older actor that's good that you can really dislike because he's a lazy bastard his entire life.
Yeah, you need someone who could do lazy.
I kind of like Ben Kingsley.
He could do anything.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Not bad. He might be too big for the role, though.
He did do the Mandarin.
I know.
Live then.
What about Malkovich?
Oof.
That's Malkovich.
That's pretty great.
Malkovich is unstoppable in that role.
Yeah. Because he
Chocolate for the factory.
I'm going to lay in my bed for years and not get candy. I can dance now.
Yeah, but at that time, would you say Grandpa?
Sure.
In the 80s, I'd say Grandpa for Malkovich.
Yeah, he's been bald forever.
Yeah.
Okay. Ken's dying.
Veruca's dad.
Mr. Salt. Jason Statham.
Wait, are we keeping the kids' personalities the same?
I'd say tone them down a little bit.
They gotta be...
Oh, I was going to say Vinnie Jones.
Oh my god.
Everybody's glasses.
It's the opposite of tone it down a bit.
Yeah, the parents can be... The parents can be ridiculous.
The parents need to be wild. They need to be the overexpression of all these sins. So yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How'd you know who I am?
Kyle.
So he would be Wrath, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's Greed.
She's Greed. He's the enabler. Well, her dad is the enabler.
I can totally see him green-eyed.
He is also greedy, though. Think about it. He's got multiple factories, and he's working those fuckers to the bone to find...
Oh, yeah, yeah. I could see him being greedy. I could see him being greedy all day long.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Mrs. Gloop.
Okay, now is Burton still directing this?
We'll get back to that.
Because if he is, I think we kind of have to have Helena Bonham Carter in there somewhere.
I
right?
don't like her for that role though.
Okay, if we're going back to 05.
There's one of two ways we can handle this. We can go with a
voluptuous woman,
or we can go with like model athletic, even though she's clearly representing gluttony.
Yeah, we could go with a waif because Augustus eats everything, and she never gets to eat.
Yeah, but remember, we can't have sympathy for the parents. They have to be the issue.
So she's got to be a glutton then. She can't be.
Or if we go with the athletic model type, she like shames Augustus into like, why can't you do this? Blah 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 blah, and then that's why he eats.
But if she was such a crazy health nut, she would never let her kid touch that. He'd never get his hand on the candy to begin with.
Thyroid issues. Or she's divorced, so she just lets it go.
I think the crazy, over-the-top workout person got to be Mike TV's mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's more neurotic.
All right.
Or, in the remake,
Sherry O'Terry.
Why can't I think of her name?
Sherry O'Terry. She could play wacky and everything.
Oh, you're saying Sherry O'Terry from Mike TV's mom?
Bingo.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, we'll do
I
that.
was actually thinking Gwyneth Paltrow, but Sherry O'Terry's perfect.
Especially in 05. You know who I want for Augustus' mom? You're going to balk at this at first. Monique.
I don't balk at that at all.
I don't either.
I was going to say Bobby Boucher's mom, if you guys like Monique.
Kathy Bates?
Kathy Bates might have to take it though.
She's a bit older.
A little bit, but he could have been a late baby.
Could be. I like mixing it up a bit and having Monique.
The only problem with that whole situation is it kind of teeters on being offensive.
The whole thing's offensive.
Yeah, but like you're picking specifically. Like I don't mind if we want to race swap, then we could race swap the salts or the TVs, but like it's borderline questionable if that's the family we're switching.
I'm picking it not only because she's heavy and it's a race swap, but she's an Oscar winner. So I'm not. She's a triple threat.
I'm not arguing the choice. I'm arguing the role that we're giving that actress.
None of these parents is a good role to get.
According now.
So what were you saying, Kyle? Did we lose Kyle?
Yeah, he's there. Am I back?
Yeah.
Yep. I was saying, what if, as a counterbalance to Monique being Augustus's mom, that maybe we replace Vinnie Jones with somebody like Terry Crews?
Freddie Mac.
We need him British.
Yeah.
Freddie Mac brings it though. Maybe not.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of a way to. I mean, because we do want it to be a diverse cast. It can't just be a bunch of white people.
You mean like all the other ones were?
You mean like our
exactly? Yeah, it can't just be a bunch of white people.
Silva?
As
20 years ago?
Idris Elba as Mrs. Gloop?
No, replacing
Mr. Salt?
Idris Elba wasn't that popular back in 2005. He hadn't really made his name yet.
Doesn't need to be, though. He's still a good actor, regardless of how popular he was.
playing Mr. Salts.
In the interest of moving it along, yeah, totally fine with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So we have Sherry O'Terry as Miss TV.
Love that.
Yeah.
Idris.
Idris.
As Mr. Salt. Gloop's Monique.
Who we pick for Grandpa? We picked somebody for Grandpa. We wanted.
Malkovich.
We had an idea for Grandpa.
We did Malkovich.
That's right, Malkovich.
Do we... Alright, who else do we got? What other parents do we got?
Beauregard. Violet Beauregard.
John Leguizamo.
Well, in the remake, in the Tim Burton one, it was a mom.
I'm not against Kyle's pick of Leguizamo. Like, at all.
What she was... What was her sin?
Pride, right?
Pride? It must have been Pride, right? Well, what was Mike TV's? His was Pride, too. Because he was all about being on TV.
Yeah.
Somebody said wrath, pride, gluttony,
envy. Sloth.
There we go.
Two more.
You say greed? Is that on that list?
Greed,
no.
Greed, pride, gluttony, sloth, wrath.
I have a computer in front of me.
Yeah, you're the producer, bro.
Use your brains, guys.
I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in any of these emotions.
What?
How is it taking this long?
Here we go.
So we got pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust.
Lust.
Who's lust?
But they only had 5 kids, so I don't think they covered all 7, right?
Right, yeah, there's only 5 kids.
Veruca's wrath.
Greed.
Yeah,
Greed?
they're greed.
Greed. She wants everything.
That's true. Maybe it's about wrath?
I don't think they did wrath.
They didn't do Wrath.
I'm pretty sure.
Wonka was kind of Wrath.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. They probably, since it's a kids movie, they didn't do Lust. But then again, we're making horror, so do we all want to add a 6th kid?
Why not? Well, what are we making the Beauregard character then? All right, so hold on. Let's go through this.
Yeah.
Maybe she's envy. Maybe she's envious of Veruca.
Wonka's wrath. Sloth is the buckets.
So
Greed is
it's
the
not even
salt.
necessarily that she's envious. She just wants other people to be. Because remember, during the interview in the original, she's talking about how her friends.
She's envy because she wants to be number 1.
She's envy. The TVs are Pride.
Pride.
Right. Yeah. Because Veruca wants to be, I mean, not Veruca, Violet wants to be the number 1 in everything. She, the record holder and chewing the gum, this, that, that, and all.
All right, who are we casting as the Beauregard, and what gender are we making them?
If she's envy, I like the idea that she would be envious of the greedy person.
That's great, Kyle, but that doesn't give me the gender, nor does it give me the actor to play the
It
part.
does give you the gender. It would be a female who's envious of another female.
The parent, though.
I threw out Leguizamo already.
That's right, okay. And what do we do for the last? If we're adding a child.
That'll be Lust, then?
That's Lust.
It's Lust? Ooh, this is getting into murky water.
I like it, though. We can make things real uncomfortable.
What do we do with the Benchwarmers? Just get like a 30-year-old guy? Just be like, I'm a kid.
No. We're not trying to. This is not going to be silly.
Well, I think if we're doing 6, the kids should be 3 and 3. So I don't have a problem changing to make it less weird. I don't have a problem changing one of the other kids to be the 3rd girl. If that makes it more watchable.
It doesn't. No matter what, the child in general is in the situation of lust.
Now, hear me out. What if, people sneak their kids in, or they'll say, like, tell them you're 12. I don't remember Willy Wonka checking birth certificates.
Vinny.
If you have Michael Cera guy, says, I'm 17. But he's older. It's not weird, Justin. It won't be weird that way.
Oh, it's weird.
The audience knows it's not a child. It's not for kids.
I'm thinking that child has an uncle, and it's not a parent.
I don't know where I don't like where it's going.
Well, we're dark, Joe.
I think that's a fix it. I think we're done. I think we're done here.
I think we are fixed.
I could easily fix Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Movie's not made. There we go.
Yeah.
It's like,
For that statement, Joe, on the next recording we have, I'm going to savor every fucking second.
Yeah, like you weren't gonna already.
I paid money to see that movie in the theaters, and
Okay.
it was awful.
Whose fault was that?
Sunrise. And you know what? The most impactful scene in that entire movie was when they panned back from the bucket house, and you realized that there was a massive hole right above Charlie's bed.
Yeah. So again,
Didn't have a roof on his house.
let's get back to our uncomfortable lust situation.
I'm good with not talking about this anymore.
Do we?
Could be lust over food. Lust doesn't always have to be
Correct.
Well, we have gluttony already, though.
Yeah, there comes the problem.
What if the lust is for Wonka? Like the guardian of this child is like a sycophant. just some weird
And using
stalkery.
a kid just to get to Wonka?
Yes.
Okay,
And
alright, now it's less weird.
Just some weird
It's still weird.
stalkerish.
How does it translate to the kid being lustful, though? Are they
No.
are they
Remember,
inappropriately?
no. Remember the children don't in this version don't embody the sin. They're the opposite.
Well, are they opposite or are they teetering?
It doesn't matter. They have to be pure. That's the way the whole sacrifice thing works. We have the grown up is the embodiment of the shitty sin, and then the child is the pure form without the sin, and that's how they make the sacrifice.
Where are the words?
So
I think the words have just changed.
so now we have this guardian is lusting after Wonka for some reason. Just idolized him, and
it's a guy.
Sure.
And Wonka's asexual, so it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
It's just uncomfortable. Seeing as there's so much anti-gay rhetoric out there, it's more uncomfortable for the viewers to watch a gay guy hit on an asexual man-child.
Yeah.
We got him.
Boom.
Meeting him, walking him, every time he walks past me, he goes, like, smells. He's like, oh, God. So good. Chocolatey.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be like a gay person, but it has to be a person who would make a viewer uncomfortable. And I thought of somebody, but I want to see the names the rest of you throw out.
I don't have anything yet.
I'm thinking.
He makes everything uncomfortable.
Okay, that is an excellent one. I was thinking Crispin Glover.
I'm
now I want to go with Vin's idea and make Giovanni Ribisi Crispin Glover's son.
I'm 17 years old, guys. It's cool.
I didn't think it would come around to me supporting that concept, but all the wood is cut. We just got to build that house.
Hold on, give me a minute. I have a contender.
You have to look them up to see how what they were doing at the time or how old they were. Or
Yeah, I want to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure that they fit within the idea here.
There's a lot of looking up going on.
Sorry.
Yeah, the parents don't all have to be the same age, but
No. I'm just saying I want to make sure that it would have made sense for this person to be a guardian. We're not having a 17-year-old be. This isn't Lakewood, New Jersey, where a 12-year-old pushing a baby in a carriage.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you're checking Crispin Glover's age?
No, Crispin
Or
Glover.
Giovanni Ribisi's age?
I don't. Giovanni Ribisi's not in contention.
Not for you,
I
maybe,
think it should be.
Yeah,
But,
Vin won me over.
but I think he's definitely younger than Crispin Glover. I think.
He's totally that younger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely younger.
Yeah. Crispin Glover's around the same age as Michael J. Fox.
But if we're gonna do somebody who could do creep, but also pass as a child, I'm picking Elijah Wood every time.
Ooh, yeah, dude.
Martin Short. Does anybody else here see Clifford?
Not willingly.
What's the name of the guy from Mad TV who played Stewart?
Oh my God.
Right.
He is creepy. Maybe too creepy.
What about comedian actor Bobby Lee?
Here, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
As the parent?
Yeah.
So are you just thinking of Boogie Nights?
Huh?
Are you transposing his Boogie Nights character into this?
Not just Boogie Nights, but also I'm gonna find her.
I would almost love him if he was older to be Grandpa Joe.
Yeah, but he's such a creeper though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to vote on this.
And now I have to look up somebody because just his voice alone would throw everyone off. Maybe as Grandpa Joe, maybe as this elusive character. Oh, where is he? Where is he?
Oh, the person you're thinking of, or you're talking about Philip Seymour Hoffman?
The person I'm thinking of to play either this new character we've created or Grandpa Joe, Ted Levine. Ted Levine played Buffalo Bill in
God, I was thinking him.
No.
That's too on the nose.
No.
You're telling me my son could get all this chocolate for free? What do I have to do?
Is that Shao Kahn?
No.
Wasn't Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2 that guy?
No. You're thinking of the guy who was in Cobra.
Yeah, he's got that same like.
Yeah, he does. He's got like those sunken in jawline and those really pronounced. Yeah, he was on the X-Files for a while. Different guy.
Damn, that was good.
This is the guy from Monk. Monk's old partner.
I'm gonna give him a goog. Or I'm gonna Bing it. My bad.
Oh, good.
I have another contender too.
Is the guy Vince talking about the guy who played the character, that version of the character in Joe Dirt?
Ryan Thompson is the guy Vince talking about. He was
Buffalo Bob.
Yes, I pictured the same person.
Okay, so they did an offshoot of the Silence of the Lambs character, and he played him in Joe Dirt?
No, he didn't.
That's why I thought it probably.
What about Neil McDonough?
Neil McDonough. I gotta look up, because I'm thinking...
Dum Dum Dugan.
No, that's what I was thinking. No.
No? I'm sticking with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Neil McDonough's eyes are too piercing. I might screw him.
Yeah.
We'll cast Chris Pine, so that
Again,
the
his eyes are too piercing.
audience is like, well, I'd fuck him.
Yeah. They feel all conflicted.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, he's such a, he's so hot.
Right? You think like he's got a shot with Wonka? They're like, well, he's creepy, but he's pretty handsome.
He's persistent, and I get lost in his eyes. You know.
I'd lick chocolate off of him. All right, we got to vote then. I still stand by Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay, so the choices for this creep character are Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Michael Jackson.
Ted Levine.
He was dead.
Oh,
Not 2005. No, he wasn't.
Michael Jackson died on set of a Pepsi commercial.
Oh, Justin, you're gonna conspiracy rodel? You think he was a clone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Michael
shit,
Jackson
dude.
died in 2009.
obviously a robot.
Okay.
Philip Seymour
Okay,
Hoffman.
Crispin Glover. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Ted Levine, or Crispin Glover.
Oh, God.
There is no one more naturally creepy than Crispin Glover. Sorry.
My only problem with Crispin Glover is they used him in the parody film as Willy Wonka.
Which parody film?
Epic movie.
Okay, fuck that. I don't even think of that movie as a movie.
I know, but it happened, and so that's what I associate it with. So my vote's Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's a creep.
I know. Over here.
What are the other options?
Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Philip Seymour Hoffman and
Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover.
I think Buffalo Bill's too on the nose for that character.
Yeah.
I think he'd sit on his nose.
I'd go with Ted Levine. Just if we're doing horror, yeah.
You're the worst film school person I've ever met in my life.
He's got he plays that part.
Look at the
Philip
rest
Seymour
of this
Hoffman would be
cast.
great, though.
Yeah.
He's played the character before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, plug him in. He gets my nod.
You know what? The thing I like about Philip Seymour Hoffman in a role like that, too, is he could be the counterbalance to a Wonka with his ability to choose scenery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think he could play Ribisi's father.
But I wouldn't want this guy to be a scenery chewer. I wouldn't want him to like twirl a mustache either. It's kind of like
Giovanni Ribisi is the Oompa Loompas. There you go.
All of them?
Yes.
You know who should be all the Oompa Loompas? Luis Guzman.
He's not scary enough.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying these names as they pop into my head. It's not really thinking.
I think it needs to be a bunch of different people as the Oompa Loompas.
Well, we know
Luis Guzman.
Ribisi's one of them. It falls apart, though. It falls apart by casting them.
Does it? You only see them for a second or two, and they're covered in orange makeup.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But you look at them, and it takes me out conceptually. Giovanni Ribisi is a creepy looking motherfucker. I'll cast him as all the Oompa Loompas.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is going to be dry humping. We picked a Wonka, right?
Yeah, Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman is going to be dry humping Heath Ledger for 90 minutes. That's not taking you out of the movie.
What if the Olsen twins are the Oompa Loompas?
Who's the dude that played Schmeagol?
Throw him in there too.
Sure.
The Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
I like
He'd be
Andy
a great
Serkis.
Oompa Loompa.
He would have been a great Veruca Salt Dad.
Yeah, he was.
He's another one. He could do anything.
Yeah, man.
He can't play anything.
Right.
Have him play a gorilla. I don't care.
Do we ever pick Mike TV's mom?
Yeah, Sherry O'Terry.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you picked her.
Yeah, so that's everybody, right?
That's everybody.
It's already a lot more fun than the deaf one.
Yeah. See? And you said it could be done.
I think we need to name it, though. Is it going to be Willy Wonka Blood and Honey?
No, it's far better than that.
It's really
Blood
Blood and chocolate?
Chocolate and caramel.
Chocolate, caramel, and carnage.
Yeah.
Chocolate and plasma.
Okay, fine. Try to build off my joke and fail.
Well, I'm just saying we can't use blood. It's already in Blood and Honey.
We can. Plus, this is 05. That Winnie the Pooh movie hasn't been made yet.
Caramel, Carnage.
Caramel and Carnage.
Caramel and Carnage is good. Caramel Carnage Crunch. Like some good alliteration. So I think this would be great.
As do I.
I definitely think it would be a movie.
I think we fixed
It
it.
will be a movie.
I think we fixed it, guys. I'm happy.
Permanently lives in my mind now. I don't know about anybody else.
Anytime I see this version of it, or that version, the depth version, I'm just gonna be like, oh, our cast was better, our concept's better.
Yeah.
Didn't think I'd ever say I'm not going to be able to look at Crispin Glover the same way again.
What was the movie he did with the fucking rats?
Willard.
Yeah, that was it. Fucking.
That is the first thing I think of every time I think of him.
Mm-hmm.
Despite Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You know what the second thing I think of every time I think of that movie is, though? The first thing I think of is him. And the second thing I think of is that giant rat, Big Ben. And the scene where he literally chews through a garage door.
Here's one to sleep on, kids. That sounds like a show to me.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember if I've ever seen that movie all the way through. I know I've seen parts of it.
He basically takes... So, Crispin Glover basically goes to the guy's house, and he takes like two... I think it's like bowling ball bags full of rats. And one is actually full of rats, and the other one is just this one rat took up the entire bag.
When you think about it, that's not that many rats, though. So it was like a covert mission.
That was like the first time he took them out.
Okay, we gotta start small.
Yeah. But I just remember seeing this massive rat, and all the other rats are trying to get to the garage door, and this big one just comes and just like gnaws right through it. And I was like, that is terrifying.
Their teeth can eat through steel.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one to not fall asleep on.
Yep. All right. On that lovely, lovely note, as always, if you like what you hear, you can like us on Facebook.com/nerdities. Follow us on Twitter at Nerdities. Email us at nerdities@gmail.com and check out nerdities.com.
Do something with yourselves and buy a t-shirt. ProWrestlingTees.com/nerdities, NERDATIS. If you're not going to do that, well, let me throw some other things your way. Do you like sweet things? Of course you do. Why? Because you're poor and your life sucks and it makes temporary filling in those holes that you have in yourself. So order some stuff from Sinful Creations by Justin. You can find the Facebook page on the Facebook, and the website, by the time you hear this, should be up and running. Our opening day is Saturday, May 6th. So peruse, buy, and we'll ship. Everything is made fresh, and I love your money. Check out Can't Stop the Rope Drop Can't Stop the Rope Drop podcast, and like all 23 of our t-shirts that are coming soon. Really proud of a lot of those. Really, really proud.
Me too.
And if you were looking to get away, or you're going to a sporting event or a concert, anything that involves tickets and purchasing and travel, I'm your man. CoreMemoriesTravel@gmail.com is the email. Hit me up. I will have my travel agency page up and running on the Facebooks as well by next week. And just give me money in any form. Is what I'm getting at.
I hope this all works out, because you sound like you're like 2 weeks away from Amway, and that's scary. The opinions the Nerdies Crew Radiotic and boy, that happened away next week to be far more insulting. Let the pain begin. Bye-bye.
Fuck you.
And why should I care?
Drop!